Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about becoming consistent with the gym. Creating the lifestyle of eating well and exercising took me nearly a quarter of my life to figure out. It took me 5 years to finally become consistent and stay consistent. I've been lifting regularly for over a year now, and it's all because I learned how to form and break habits. Too many people have asked me how to get started with fitness, so I have to share what I've learned. If you follow these steps, you will see changes in your life. So, I just graduated from Quinnipiac University with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology. The course of cognitive psych changed my life. I've written a total of 4 papers on forming the habit of exercising regularly, so here's everything I know. The first thing is that habits are more so driven by context than by goal setting. Motivation will not carry you through your fitness journey. It's just not possible. Setting goals is definitely important for starting out and choosing what routine works best for you, but following through relies on the formation of habits. When starting out, you should definitely decide on whether you want to train for strength or endurance, and you should create your workout split based on your goals. Secondly, habits are powered by craving, not by the actual reward. Every habit is part of a 3-step process, including the cue, the routine, and the reward. Through repetition of this cycle, the process becomes more automatic until anticipation and craving develop. To strengthen your craving, it might be beneficial to identify your cues and define your rewards explicitly. Lastly, but most importantly, I'm going to discuss what cues are and share some examples. A retrieval cue is a stimulus that activates information and memory, and all cues fall into one of 5 categories. The first category is time, which is most commonly used for building or breaking habits. A good example of this is morning routines. When you wake up, you might first shower, and then wash your face, and then brush your teeth, something like that. Because it's morning time and you're first waking up, you've conditioned yourself to follow the same line of behavior. The second category is location. It's best to choose a new location when forming a new habit so that old habits don't interfere. A good example of this is that it's much harder to work out at home or in your room because your room is where you have so many other habits like laying in bed or eating or going on your phone. So when you bring yourself to a new location, you're more inclined to perform the task that you're there for. Just like doing school in person might be better for you, or going to the office to do your work. It's similar to that. I'm like losing my voice. The third category is preceding event, which kind of relates to what I was talking about in the first one, but it has to do with habit stacking and the domino effect. So certain smaller tasks might be easier for you to find habitual, and if you're able to do those first, finally bringing yourself to go to the gym could come last more easily, I think. So for me, I work out at night, which means I go to work, I come home, I'll have a snack, and then I'll get ready for the gym. By having my snack and then getting into my clothes and then having my pre-workout, it lines up my tasks so that I'm prepared to do my actual workout. The fourth category of cues is emotional state, which is the hardest to control and the hardest to build your habits on. It refers to the affective heuristic, which is the mental shortcut for us to make decisions based on how we're feeling in the moment. For example, if I'm feeling super positive from my workday and I feel like I've accomplished great things, I will probably feel the same way with trying to approach the gym. I think you can kind of understand why it might be impractical to try to form a habit based on emotional state. The last category of cues is other people, and in the beginning, for the first 4 months, I believe, of lifting consistently, I went with a partner. If I couldn't go with that partner, I would try to go with somebody else. This is because I was scared to go by myself. I was still learning, but also it was just more exciting to go. We hold each other accountable, and yeah, it just worked out better until I knew what I was doing and I could get myself there on my own. Okay, now I'm going to share some cues that I use that might help you. The first is having a pre-workout drink. This doesn't mean that you need to have caffeine. Of course that could help people. I know there's downsides to it. But to even drink a low caffeinated drink or sparkling water or flavored water, something that tricks your mind into thinking that this is the taste or the sensation that comes right before I'm supposed to lift or run or do whatever. The second cue that I use is having a specific album or playlist or genre of music to listen to before. For a solid 3 months, I would only listen to one album on my way to the gym. I'm weird like that. Doesn't mean you have to do that, but it would always condition me into thinking, okay, I know it's time for me to get my energy up, we're gonna have a good lift, it's time. The last cue that I use is something I touched upon before, but it is changing into an outfit in which you can perform well but also feel good about yourself. If you have that self-confidence, I think it does really help a little bit. Having good energy does typically lead to a better workout session, so you might as well feel good and look good. Okay, now I just have some final tips and reminders. The first is that it's helpful to practice discipline in other areas of life. So let's say you don't want to follow through with school and you do, that discipline will carry into going to the gym when you don't feel like it, or going to work when you don't feel like it, or doing chores when you don't feel like it. It all relates to one another because having that discipline is a skill. Secondly, I think it's important to hold yourself accountable. I understand that lifting or exercising 4 or 5 times a week can be really tough with schedules. I think a good way to hold yourself accountable is to write down the reasons of why you're skipping the gym. Another reminder is that your diet has to be supporting whatever workout routine you choose. If you don't have energy from your diet or your sleeping habits, you're not going to perform well and you're going to have high expectations of yourself when realistically your body's not getting what it needs. Lastly, of course, you have to trust the process. Remind yourself that progress is slow and not linear. Doing something is better than doing nothing, and yeah, we all start somewhere. I hope this video was informative. Good luck forming your habits, breaking your habits. Let me know if you'd be interested in how I came up with my workout split. I always have lots to share. So, thanks for watching and see you next Tuesday.